Most people think earning more money will solve all their financial problems. But let me be honest. In America today, there are people making $40,000 a year who are financially stable, and people making $150,000 who are stressed, drowning in debt, and living paycheck to paycheck. That sounds crazy, but it's true. A recent trend in America shows something dangerous. Salaries are going up in some industries, but financial peace is disappearing. More people are financing cars they can't afford, buying bigger homes to impress others, using credit cards to survive until the next paycheck. And the scary part? A lot of these people look successful on the outside. Nice SUV, big house, vacation photos online. But behind closed doors, they are anxious every single month. They're not building wealth. They're building pressure. If you're over 35, this video might hit hard because at this stage of life, money mistakes become expensive. Retirement gets closer. Kids grow older. Healthcare costs rise. And the financial decisions you make now can affect the next 20 years of your life. So in this video, I want to break down why so many Americans stay broke even with high salaries, the habits silently destroying their finances, and what smart people do differently. And trust me, most people don't realize this until it's too late. You know, one of the biggest financial traps in America is lifestyle inflation. The moment people start earning more, they start spending more. A man gets a raise from $70,000 to $100,000 a year. Suddenly, he upgrades his truck, moves into a bigger house, starts eating out more often, adds more subscriptions, takes expensive vacations because now he feels like he deserves it. But here's the problem. His income increased, but his freedom didn't. In fact, sometimes it gets worse. Now he has higher monthly payments, more stress, more pressure to keep earning at the same level. And if something unexpected happens, job loss, medical emergency, recession, his entire financial life starts falling apart. Let me be honest. Many people confuse looking rich with being financially secure. Real wealth is quiet. It's the person who has savings, no toxic debt, investments growing slowly over time, and the ability to sleep peacefully at night. Most people don't realize this. But financial freedom is not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep. Another major reason Americans stay broke is debt normalization. Debt has become so common that people don't even question it anymore. Car payments, credit card debt, buy now, pay later, personal loans, home equity loans. Everything is financed. A lot of Americans wake up already owing money before the day even starts. And the dangerous part is, minimum payments create an illusion of affordability. People think, well, it's only $300 a month. It's only $75 monthly. I can handle that. But when you combine 10 different monthly payments together, that's where people get trapped. I once heard about a couple making over $180,000 a year combined. Sounds successful, right? But after mortgage payments, 2 luxury car loans, student loans, credit cards, insurance, and everyday expenses, they had almost nothing left at the end of the month. High income, low freedom. That's the reality nobody posts online. And credit cards make this even worse. Credit cards are not evil, but emotional spending is dangerous. People use shopping to reward themselves after stressful days. They buy things to feel successful. They spend money emotionally, then deal with the consequences financially. And after age 40, this becomes risky because time matters more. You can recover from money mistakes faster in your 20s, but in your 40s and 50s, every bad financial decision steals time from your future retirement. Another thing hurting Americans financially is the pressure to maintain appearances. Social media changed the way people spend money. People compare constantly now. Someone sees a friend buying a new house. Another person sees luxury vacations online. Someone else sees influencers talking about living your best life. And slowly, people start spending money to compete in silent competitions. But let me tell you something important. A lot of people showing wealth online are deeply stressed financially. Most people don't realize this because social media only shows purchases, not debt. Nobody posts their credit card balance. Nobody uploads videos about financial anxiety at 2 a.m. Nobody brags about struggling to pay bills. People only show highlights. And unfortunately, many adults over 35 fall into this trap because they feel behind in life. They think, I should have more by now. I should be more successful. I deserve better things. And companies know exactly how to exploit those emotions. That's why advertisements constantly sell status, comfort, and instant gratification. But smart financial decisions usually feel boring in the short term. Saving money is boring. Investing consistently is boring. Driving a paid-off car is boring. But you know what's exciting? Financial peace. Being able to handle emergencies without panic. Being able to retire with dignity. Being able to help your family without going into debt yourself. That's real success. Another mistake many high earners make is ignoring long-term planning. A lot of people think they still have time. I'll start investing later. I'll save more next year. I'll worry about retirement eventually. But eventually becomes dangerously expensive, especially after 40. Because compound growth works best with time. And every delayed year matters. Let's say two people earn similar salaries. One starts investing consistently at 35. The other waits until 50. The second person may need to invest double or triple just to catch up. And this is why financial discipline matters more than income. Small habits repeated for years create stability. Not lottery wins, not flashy lifestyles, not temporary success. Consistency. Now, here's the harsh reality many people avoid hearing. America has made spending extremely easy and saving extremely difficult. Every app encourages instant purchases. Every company wants monthly subscriptions. Every bank offers more credit. The system benefits when people stay financially dependent. That's why protecting your money today requires intentional decisions. You cannot live on autopilot anymore. If you do, your paycheck disappears before you even understand where it went. And let me be honest, many people are not broke because they don't earn enough. They're broke because they never built financial habits. That truth hurts, but it matters. Because income alone does not create wealth. Behavior does. So what can you actually do starting today? First, track every dollar for the next 30 days, not some of your spending, all of it. Most people are shocked when they finally see where their money goes. Second, reduce unnecessary monthly payments, subscriptions, impulse shopping, expensive upgrades. Small leaks become big financial damage over time. Third, build an emergency fund. Even a small cushion changes your stress levels dramatically. Fourth, invest consistently, even if it's a small amount at first. Consistency matters more than perfection. And finally, stop trying to look rich. Focus on becoming financially stable. Because the goal is not to impress strangers. The goal is freedom. Freedom from stress. Freedom from debt pressure. Freedom to make decisions without fear. That's the kind of wealth that actually changes lives. If this video connected with you, I want you to be honest in the comments. What do you think keeps most Americans broke today? And what financial habit changed your life the most? Your experience might help someone else watching this video right now. And if you want more practical videos about money, saving, financial mistakes, and building real wealth after 35, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Because the financial decisions you make today will shape the rest of your future. You know, one thing I've noticed about financially successful people is this. They don't think about money the same way most people do. The average person asks, what can I afford monthly? But wealthy and financially stable people ask, how much is this really costing me over time? That mindset changes everything. Because when people only focus on monthly payments, they stop seeing the bigger picture. A $700 car payment doesn't sound terrifying at first, but over 5 or 6 years, that's tens of thousands of dollars leaving your pocket for something losing value every single day. And this is exactly why many high-income Americans feel trapped. They earn good money, but every future paycheck is already committed. Mortgage, car payments, insurance, debt, subscriptions, lifestyle costs. Their money is gone before they even receive it. That's not freedom. That's financial pressure disguised as success. Let me be honest. A lot of people spend the healthiest years of their lives chasing things they don't even truly need. Bigger homes, more luxury, more status, more approval from people who are usually struggling too. And somewhere along the way, they forget the original goal. The goal was supposed to be peace, security, freedom, time with family, a comfortable future, not endless stress. One of the saddest financial realities today is that many people reach their 50s with high salaries, but very little actual wealth. And when retirement starts getting closer, panic starts growing. Because at that point, people realize something painful. Income can stop very quickly, but bad financial habits continue. This is why building wealth is less about intelligence and more about behavior. You don't need to be a financial genius to become stable. You just need discipline. Simple habits repeated consistently. Living below your means, avoiding unnecessary debt, investing regularly, ignoring social pressure, thinking long-term. Most people don't realize this because modern culture rewards appearance more than stability. People celebrate expensive purchases immediately, but nobody celebrates quiet financial discipline. Nobody claps for the person who paid off debt. Nobody notices the family avoiding unnecessary spending. Nobody compliments someone for investing consistently for 20 years. But those are usually the people who win financially in the end. And here's another important truth. Financial stress doesn't only affect bank accounts. It affects health, sleep, relationships, confidence, mental peace. Money problems create emotional pressure that slowly impacts every area of life. That's why learning financial discipline after 35 becomes extremely important. Because at this stage, your financial choices affect not only you, but your spouse, children, retirement, and future quality of life. And unfortunately, many people keep repeating dangerous patterns simply because nobody taught them differently. Schools rarely teach real money management. Families often avoid talking about finances, and social media constantly pushes unrealistic lifestyles. So, people learn money habits from advertisements instead of wisdom. That's dangerous, because companies profit when people overspend. But your future depends on learning restraint. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two neighbors. Both earn around the same salary. The first neighbor upgrades everything constantly. New cars, new gadgets, luxury vacations, expensive habits. The second neighbor lives simpler, invests steadily, avoids unnecessary debt, builds savings quietly. 10 years later, their lives look completely different. One still looks rich. The other actually became financially secure. And that difference matters more than most people understand, because eventually, life tests everyone financially. Unexpected medical bills, economic downturns, job loss, family emergencies, and during those moments, appearances become useless. Only preparation matters. That's why financial maturity is so powerful. Mature people stop asking, "How can I impress people?" and start asking, "How can I protect my future?" That shift changes everything. And honestly, it brings peace most people are desperately searching for. Now, I also want to say something important for people watching this who feel behind financially. Do not assume it's too late. A lot of people improve their finances dramatically in their 40s and 50s once they become intentional. The key is honesty. You have to stop lying to yourself about your habits. You have to stop blaming income alone. Stop chasing appearances. Stop spending emotionally. And start making decisions your future self will thank you for. Even small improvements matter. Paying off one debt matters. Saving your first emergency fund matters. Learning how investing works matters. Cutting unnecessary expenses matters. Progress creates momentum. And over time, those small decisions become a completely different life. Because real wealth is not built overnight. It's built slowly, quietly, repeatedly. And the people who understand that usually experience something more valuable than looking rich. They experience control. Control over their time, control over their decisions, control over their future. That's the kind of success nobody can fake online. So, before this video ends, I want you to think carefully about one question. Are your financial decisions today creating freedom or creating future pressure? Be honest with yourself, because that answer could completely change the direction of your life over the next 10 years. If this video helped you think differently about money, share your thoughts below. What financial lesson took you the longest to learn? And what do you think is the biggest reason people with high salaries still struggle financially today? I read the comments carefully, and your story could genuinely help someone else feel less alone. And if you want more honest conversations about money, retirement, financial mistakes, smart habits, and building real long-term wealth, subscribe to the channel and stay connected. Because financial freedom is not about luck. It's about the choices you repeat every single day.